The rain hammered Seattle's sidewalks like it had a personal grudge, turning the gray afternoon into a blurred watercolor of regret. I ducked into the coffee shop on Pike Street, heart slamming against my ribs. But there he was, Alex, drenched and defiant, blocking the door with that same terrified smile I'd spent months trying to forget. "Jamie, please," he whispered, voice cracking like thunder. "I know you hate me, but I can't stop until you hear why." I shoved past him, the bell above the door jingling like a mocking laugh, steam from my breath fogging the air as I bolted for the counter. The barista, Mia, my best friend since our fumbling days at the University of Washington, shot me a wide-eyed glance over the espresso machine, her purple-streaked hair tied back in a no-nonsense ponytail. She knew the drill. Extra shot of espresso, no foam, and a side of get-the-hell-out energy. But Alex followed, dripping water like some tragic rom-com extra, his faded band tee clinging to his lean frame, those blue eyes pleading in a way that twisted something deep in my gut. "Jamie, wait," he said, louder now, drawing stares from the hipster crowd nursing their lattes. A couple at the corner table, two women in matching flannel, fingers intertwined, paused their quiet conversation to watch. I could feel the room tilting, the weight of unspoken histories pressing down. Months ago, I'd walked in on him with that guy from his gig, lips locked in the back of the venue, and it had shattered me. Betrayal like that doesn't just break your heart. It rewires your entire survival instinct. I'd ghosted him, blocked every channel, thrown myself into freelance graphic design gigs that kept me buried in deadlines and denial. Healing, they call it. Bullshit. It was just survival. Mia slid my cup across the counter with a subtle nod toward the back exit. "On me today, babe. You good?" Her voice was low, laced with the fierce protectiveness that came from her own scars. Coming out to a conservative family in Tacoma, building a life with her girlfriend Lena that no one could touch. I forced a nod, but Alex was already there, hand hovering near my arm without touching, like he knew one wrong move and I'd shatter. "I didn't cheat," he blurted, the words tumbling out as the rain outside picked up its rhythm. "It wasn't what it looked like." "God, Jamie, I've been trying to tell you." His smile wavered, that terrified edge sharpening it into something raw, vulnerable. I hated how it pulled at me, how after all this time, it still felt like home. I snatched the coffee and headed for the door, ignoring the burn in my throat that had nothing to do with the heat. "Save it, Alex. We're done." But as I pushed into the storm, his footsteps echoed mine, relentless, and I wondered if I'd ever outrun the ghost I'd created. The apartment I shared with Mia and Lena was a sanctuary of mismatched thrift store finds and pride flags draped like curtains, reminders that we'd carved out our own corner of Capitol Hill, away from the judgmental stares of the suburbs. That night, as the rain tapped a staccato against the windows, I collapsed onto the worn leather couch, scrolling through my latest mock-ups for a queer-owned bookstore's rebrand. Bold colors, clean lines, control in pixels, since real life refused to cooperate. Mia breezed in from her shift, kicking off her boots with a dramatic flourish. "Spill. Was it him? That puppy dog-eyed musician who looks like he was born to break hearts." Lena, ever the mediator, poked her head out from the kitchen, apron smeared with pasta sauce, her dark curls escaping a bandana. Theirs was the kind of love I envied, steady, unapologetic, forged in late-night talks and shared protests. I groaned, rubbing my temples. "Yeah, showed up at the shop like a drowned rat. Says it wasn't what I saw." The words tasted bitter, laced with the doubt I'd buried under layers of anger. That night at the Crocodile, the indie venue where Alex's band Echo Fade played their raw, heart-wrenching sets, I'd gone to surprise him after a brutal deadline. Instead, surprise turned to shrapnel when I found him in the green room, tangled with some tattooed stranger. No explanation, just my abrupt exit and his unanswered texts piling up like unanswered prayers. Lena set down a bowl of carbonara, her therapist's intuition kicking in. And you believe him? She was the one who dragged me to therapy after the breakup, sessions where I unpacked the abandonment issues from my own family. Dad's silent disapproval when I came out at 16, Mom's teary, "We still love you." But that hung unspoken. "I don't know," I admitted, twirling pasta on my fork. "Part of me wants to. But the rest? It's screaming run. Mia snorted, plopping down beside me with a beer. Listen, if he's got the balls to chase you through a monsoon, maybe there's more to it. Remember when Lena's ex tried that it was a misunderstanding crap? Turned out she was just bad at communication. But Alex? That boy's been moping around open mics like a lost soul since you split. Her words stirred the embers I tried to douse. Alex and I had met 2 years back at a Pride block party in the U District. Him strumming an acoustic cover of Wicked Game under string lights, me sketching the crowd's euphoric chaos. What started as flirty banter over cheap beer bloomed into late-night drives along the waterfront, whispered confessions in his cramped Ballard apartment. He was chaos to my order. Impulsive gigs, dreams of making it big with echo fade, a laugh that lit up the foggiest days. I grounded him. He pulled me into the light. Until that night. The next morning, sunlight pierced the clouds like a reluctant apology, and I headed to my co-working space in Fremont, the troll under the bridge a quirky sentinel to my frazzled start. Emails piled up, revisions for the bookstore logo, a pitch for a nonprofit's campaign on trans youth resources. Work was my armor, but as I booted up my laptop, a notification pinged, an email from alexfedesico@gmail.com, subject, 1 minute. Please. I hovered over delete, thumb itching. Against every instinct, I clicked. Jamie, I know words are cheap, and I've got no right to ask for your time. But that night, it was a setup. Derek, the guy, he's my label contact's nephew, pushing me to network in ways I shut down. He grabbed me, and I froze. By the time I pushed him off, you were gone. I've been paying for it ever since. Lost the deal, half the band thinks I'm a flake. But losing you? That's the real wreckage. Meet me at the pier? 7 p.m., no pressure. Just truth. Hey. The cursor blinked like an accusation. Setup? It sounded too neat, too convenient. But that smile yesterday, the terror in it, it echoed the Alex I'd fallen for, the one who showed up at my door with wildflowers after our first fight, eyes wide with fear of losing me. I slammed the laptop shut, diving into sketches instead. Curves and contrasts, anything to drown the what-ifs. By afternoon, though, the pull won. I texted Mia, heading to the pier. Wish me not stupid. Her reply, you're not. But text if he pulls any BS. Love you. The waterfront buzzed with evening joggers and ferry commuters, the Olympic mountains a hazy silhouette against the sunset. I spotted him near the Ferris wheel, hands shoved in his jeans, staring at the sound like it held answers. He turned as I approached, that smile flickering, terrified, tentative, alive. You came, he breathed, stepping closer but stopping short, respecting the invisible line I'd drawn. Don't make me regret it. My voice was steel, but my pulse betrayed me, hammering like bass drums. He nodded, running a hand through damp blonde waves. Fair. Look, I get why you'd think the worst. Hell, I did too at first. But Derek's been gunning for me since I turned down his favors for the demo deal. He cornered me, and I panicked. Didn't want to make a scene before the set. Stupid, yeah. Cost me everything. I crossed my arms, the salt air sharp in my lungs. And you couldn't text? Call. Something. Hurt laced the question, raw and unfiltered. I tried. 100 times. But you blocked me everywhere. And then, my phone got stolen that week. Irony, right? By the time I borrowed a friend's, you'd gone radio silent. He laughed, a hollow sound that twisted the knife. I get it, though. Trust once broken. A gull cried overhead, slicing the tension. I wanted to believe him. God, how I did. But doubt was a stubborn weed, rooted deep. Why now? After months. Because seeing you yesterday? It broke the dam. I can't heal without you knowing the truth. Even if it means walking away for good. His eyes searched mine, that smile fading into something achingly sincere. We stood there as dusk deepened, words hanging heavy between us. I didn't forgive him, not yet. But for the first time in months, the ice around my heart cracked, letting in a sliver of light. Days blurred into a tentative truce, Alex and I orbiting each other like wary satellites, coffee handoffs at neutral spots, texts that danced around the edges of old intimacies. He didn't push, and I didn't pull away entirely, caught in the gravity of what we'd lost. Mia and Lena watched like hawks, Their apartment a council chamber of pros and cons over wine-fueled dinners. "He's trying," Lena said one evening, as we chopped veggies for stir-fry, her knife rhythmic against the board. "But trying isn't enough if the foundation's cracked." She was the voice of reason, her own journey from a bi-curious college phase to unshakable commitment, with Mia a testament to patient rebuilding. Mia, ever the firebrand, waved her spatula like a scepter. "Nah, babe. If he pulls this setup card, and it's BS, we're keying his van." "But Jamie, you light up when he texts." "Seen it." She winked, bumping my hip, her easy affection a bomb against the storm in my chest. Work pulled me deeper into distraction. A big contract for Seattle Pride's 2026 campaign, mood boards exploding with vibrant rainbows and slogans like "Love Unfiltered." It felt ironic, designing celebrations of authenticity while my own life simmered in half-truths. Late nights at the co-working space, surrounded by the hum of freelancers, trans coders, queer writers, a non-binary podcaster with a laugh like wind chimes. I sketched Alex's face without meaning to. Those eyes that smile. Terrified, but mine. One Friday, he invited me to Echo Fade's first gig since the fallout, a low-key spot in Belltown called the Velvet Room. "No expectations," his text read. "Just music. And me." I stared at it during a client call, the bookstore owner droning about font choices, my mind elsewhere. What harm in showing up? Armor on, heart half-guarded. The venue pulsed with that familiar indie grit, sticky floors, neon signs flickering over a stage strung with fairy lights. I slipped in late, blending into the crowd near the bar, nursing a gin and tonic as the opening act wrapped. Then the lights dimmed, and there he was, Alex under the spot, guitar slung low, bandmates flanking him with nods that spoke of mended fences. They launched into Fractured Echo, a new track he'd hinted at, lyrics raw, about chasing shadows through rain-slick streets. His voice, that gravelly tenor, wrapped around the room like smoke. "I built these walls to keep you out, but they're crumbling now," terrified smile in the downpour. The crowd swayed, but I froze, the words a mirror to my own unraveling. He spotted me mid-chorus, eyes locking across the haze. No grand gesture, just a flicker of that smile, terrified, triumphant. When the set ended, he wove through fans, sweat-slicked and breathless, stopping just shy of my space. "You came." "Curious." I lied, the gin loosening my edges. "Good set." Lyrics hit different live. He ducked his head, a flush creeping up his neck. "Wrote him thinking of you. Every damn one." A beat, then softer. "Walk with me?" "Air's nicer outside." We spilled onto 2nd Avenue, the city alive with post-bar chatter and distant ferry horns. Street lamps cast pools of gold, and for a block, we walked in sync, shoulders brushing accidental on purpose. "Missed this," he murmured, glancing sideways. "The quiet parts. Not just the chaos." "Me too," I admitted, the confession slipping free like a held breath. But as we turned toward the water, my phone buzzed. "Mia, check X. Some drama brewing about your boy." Frowning, I pulled it up. Post from local music scenesters, grainy pics from that night months ago, Derek tagged, captions sniping about shady deals and who's really playing who. One from a bandmate. Echo Fade drama. Label nephew exposed for coercion. Alex cleared, but at what cost? My stomach dropped. "Alex, this is out there now." He sighed, leaning against a railing, the bay glittering below. "Yeah." Derek's uncle pulled strings to bury it, but someone leaked. "It's messy, gigs canceled, whispers everywhere. Prejudices run deep in this scene. Folks assumed the worst about guys like us." His voice dipped, laced with old wounds. "Coming out in a small-town band? Half the crowd cheers, half side-eyes. Thought I'd left that behind in Spokane." I scrolled further, a thread from a queer music collective vouching for him. Testimonies from others Derek had cornered. Truth, spilling digital and undeniable. "Why didn't you fight it sooner?" "Fear," he said simply, that smile ghosting back, terrified, tender, of dragging you into the fallout. But now, I'm done hiding. The city hummed around us, a backdrop to our fragile restart. I didn't kiss him, not yet. But as we parted with a lingering hug, his heartbeat against mine, I felt the walls thinning. Healing wasn't linear. It was this: steps forward, stumbles back, and that pull you couldn't deny. Back home, Mia and Lena ambushed me with popcorn and prying questions. So, spill the tea, Mia demanded, legs tucked under her on the couch. I sank down, replaying the night. It's real. The setup. And the world's catching up. Lena nodded sagely, but Mia's eyes narrowed. Good. But don't forget, trust is earned, brick by brick. She squeezed my knee, her own story flashing unspoken. The ex who outed her to save the relationship, the rebuild with Lena that took years. As I lay awake later, streetlights slanting through blinds, I wondered if we could rebuild too. Alex's text lit my screen. Thanks for showing. Means everything. Attached, a voice memo, him humming the chorus, voice soft. I hit play, letting it wash over me, terrified smile echoing in the notes. Weeks threaded us closer, tentative threads weaving a tapestry neither dared name. Alex's band clawed back momentum, small gigs turning heads, while I poured hard into the Pride project. Billboards of diverse faces, taglines whispering, "Your story, unerased." It mirrored us, piecing fragments into something whole. But cracks lingered. One crisp October Saturday, we hiked Discovery Park, leaves crunching underfoot like brittle apologies. The trail wound through old-growth forest, saltwater scent mingling with pine, a rare blue sky day chasing winter's shadow. Alex packed a picnic, sandwiches from his favorite deli, thermos of cider, his way of saying normalcy without words. Halfway up, perched on a driftwood log overlooking the sound, he unpacked it all. Grew up in this pressure cooker, he said, tearing into a turkey club. Dad's a mechanic, mom waitresses, good people, but church every Sunday. Whispers about that gay agenda at dinner. His laugh was wry, eyes distant. Came out senior year. They hugged me, said they loved me, but the invites dried up. Holidays? Awkward cards, no visits. I chewed slowly, the vulnerability hitting like a rogue wave. Mine was quieter poison. I shared, the words easier now. Dad's a cop, retired, thank God. Tolerates it, but every son comes with a lecture on choices. Mom bakes pies for Pride events now, overcompensating. We traded stories like talismans, the forest a confessional booth. He reached for my hand then, tentative, and I let him. Palms warm, fingers lacing, electric, familiar. I don't want to lose this again, he murmured, thumb tracing my knuckle. That smile, terrified but blooming, sealed it. Our first kiss since the storm was salt-tanged, soft as sea foam, the world narrowing to his breath, my heartbeat. But euphoria's a fragile high. Monday brought the call from my agent. The Pride gig expanded, but a conservative donor pulled funding over controversial elements. My designs, too bold for their taste. They want neutered rainbows, she fumed. Fight it or fold. I fought, rallying Mia and Lena for a strategy session. This is bigger than me, I told them, pacing the kitchen. It's erasure. Lena, with her nonprofit ties, looped in allies. Mia blasted socials, turning it into a rallying cry. Hashtags trended, Pride unfiltered. Alex showed up that night, guitar in hand, strumming originals on our fire escape. Heard about the donor BS, he said, pausing mid-chord. Want a collab? Lyrics for your visuals. His eyes sparkled, that creative spark I'd missed. We did. Nights blurring into feverish creation, his words fueling my art. A track about hidden loves, paired with animations of shattering closets. It went viral, donors backpedaling, the campaign stronger for the scars. Yet misunderstanding brewed elsewhere. At a launch party in Soto Warehouse, champagne flutes clinking amid exposed brick and queer icons mingling, I caught whispers. Alex, cornered by a producer type, slick suit, predatory grin, stiffened as the guy leaned in, murmuring about opportunities, with a wink that screamed Derek 2.0. Jealousy flared, irrational and hot. I stormed over, hand on Alex's arm. Everything good. My tone was ice daggers. The producer chuckled, backing off. Just business, darling. But Alex's face fell, reading the doubt in mine. Jamie, it's nothing. Save it. The words echoed our old fracture, and I walked away, heart pounding to the thrum of bass from the DJ booth. Outside, rain slicked the alley, mirroring my mood. He followed, of course, catching my elbow gently. It's not what you think. Guy's fishing for a feature, but I shut it down. Like always. His voice cracked, that terrified smile nowhere in sight. You still don't trust me. I whirled, rain streaking my face. How can I? Every shadow looks like betrayal. The admission hung, ugly and true. He stepped closer, undeterred by the downpour. Then let me prove it. Every day, every way. No grand promises, just quiet resolve. We stood there, soaked and stubborn, until I nodded, small, seismic. The drive home was silent, but his hand on the gear shift bridged us. At a red light, he squeezed mine. I love you, Jamie. Terrified or not. Swallowing hard, I whispered, I know. Not forgiveness, but a foothold. Back in the apartment, Mia and Lena waited with hot cocoa and knowing looks. Rough night, Lena asked, wrapping me in a blanket. I nodded, recounting the flare-up. Mia huffed. Triggers are bitches. But he's in it, right? That's half the battle. As I drifted off, Alex's text glowed. Prove it starts tomorrow. Breakfast? I smiled despite myself, terrified, but willing. November draped Seattle in mist and melancholy, holidays looming like uninvited guests. Alex and I navigated the new rhythm. Mornings at his place, trading coffee for kisses, evenings sketching his album art while he tuned strings. It felt fragile, like balancing on a ferry deck in choppy waters, but the swells brought us closer. Thanksgiving tested it. Mia and Lena hosted, their table a queer feast. Turkey for tradition's sake, tofurkey for rebels, Lena's abuela's tamales nodding to her Mexican roots. We invited Alex, a first for family vibes post-chaos. No pressure, I told him over the phone, his laugh warm through static. Just pie and prying questions. He arrived with apple crumble, nerves humming like his amp, brought backup dessert. In case I bombed the small talk. That smile, terrified, endearing, eased the knot in my chest. The night unfolded in layers. Mia grilled him on band drama. So, that Derek tool. Karma's a bitch, huh? Lena probed deeper, her therapist lens gentle. What's one fear you're facing head on? Alex paused, fork midway to mouth, then, losing Jamie again. Every day. The table quieted, vulnerability a guest star. Later, washing dishes side by side, Mia elbowed me. Kid's a keeper. Scared shitless, but real. Lena dried, adding, and you're blooming. Don't sabotage it. But sabotage lurked in shadows. My parents called the next day, Dad's voice gruff over speaker. Heard you're seeing that musician again. The one with the issues. Mom chimed in, softer. We worry, honey. After last time. I gripped the counter, Alex's hoodie draped over a chair like a shield. It's not like that, Dad. He's good for me. The line crackled with unspoken judgments, his cop worldview clashing with our world, prejudices dressed as concern. People talk, Jamie. In this town, reputations stick. Dad's tone, paternal but edged, ignited old fires. I hung up fuming, slamming cabinets until Alex pulled me into a hug from behind. They're wrong, he murmured into my hair. About me. About us. But doubt seeded. His past gigs, the whispers. Was I ignoring red flags for comfort? The conflict crested at a holiday market in Pike Place, garlands twinkling amid fishmongers' calls. We wandered stalls, his arm around my waist, sampling spice cider. Then, a face from his past. Jordan, ex-bandmate turned solo act. All brooding intensity and sidelong smirks. Alex. Long time. Jordan clapped his back, eyes flicking to me with appraisal. This the guy who ghosted? Bold move, bringing him out. The words landed casual, but barbed. Old gossip, fresh wound. Alex tensed, smile straining. Water under the bridge, man. Jamie's family now. Jordan laughed, too loud. Family? After that Derek mess? Dude, you dodged a bullet. Or did you? He winked at me, poison gift wrapped. Heard versions. Wild ones. I stepped back, the market's cheers souring. What the hell does that mean? Nothing. Alex snapped, rounding on him. Jealous bullshit. Jordan bailed when things got real, couldn't handle the heat. The air thickened, bystanders glancing. Jordan shrugged, sauntering off with a catch you on the charts, bro. But the damage lingered, my mind replaying his jab like a loop. We left early, Silence heavy on the walk home. At my door, I turned. Versions? What didn't I hear? Alex's face crumpled, that terrified smile absent. Rumors. Derek spread him, said I was playing both sides, you and him. I shut it down, but it stuck with some. He reached for me, desperate. It's lies, Jamie. All of it. I pulled away, heart fracturing anew. Then why does it keep circling back? Door shut, lock clicked, echo of months ago. He texted through the night. Please. Voice memos of apologies laced with songs. Mia banged on my door at dawn. Talk to me. Or him. Curled under blankets, I confessed the market meltdown. She sighed, sitting on the bed's edge. Prejudice is a virus, spreads fast, hits hardest where it hurts. But Alex? He's fighting it. Question is, are you? By noon, I met him at our pier, wind whipping the bay. I'm scared, I admitted, voice small, of believing wrong again. Me too, he echoed, hands in pockets. But I'd rather risk it with you than safe alone. That smile returned, terrified, but ours. We talked hours, unraveling threads until dusk painted us gold. No grand fix, but a pact. Honesty, always. As we walked back, fingers linked, the city felt less like a maze, more like home. Winter gripped Seattle in icy fingers. Christmas lights a defiant glow against December's gloom. Alex and I leaned into the season, tree trimming at his apartment, strings of bulbs tangled like our early days. Carols blasted while baking gingerbread, flower fights dissolving into laughter. It was mending, stitch by careful stitch, but beneath hummed the undercurrent of unhealed edges. New Year's Eve brought the surprise. Echo Fade scored a slot at a queer showcase in Capitol Hill's Numos, a sold-out night pulsing with possibility. Our big break. Alex buzzed, pacing my living room, guitar case propped like a co-conspirator. Scouts from Sub Pop. If we nail it. I grinned, pulling him down for a kiss. You'll kill it. We all will. Mia and Lena were coming too, our crew of fortress against the what-ifs. The venue thrummed, bodies packed tight, air thick with sweat and synth. Backstage, Alex vibrated with pre-show jitters, bandmates hyping him. Drummer Kai, non-binary and fierce with drumstick tattoos. Bassist Riley, a trans guy whose low harmonies grounded the chaos. This one's for the ghosts, Kai quipped, fist-bumping Alex. From the crowd, I watched them own the stage, lights strobing, Alex's voice soaring over riffs that bled emotion. Mid-set, he dedicated terrified smile to the one who pulled me from the dark. Eyes found mine, that grin flashing, raw, radiant. The room erupted, but my chest tightened with pride and something sharper, fear of the fall. Post-set, High crashed into confrontation. Derek, fate's cruel jester, lurked by the bar, schmoozing with the producer who'd eyed Alex earlier. I caught snippets. Talent like his? Needs guidance. I could make it happen. His laugh slithered, eyes on Alex across the room. Rage boiled. I marched over, Mia at my flank like a wingwoman warrior. Back off, I hissed, voice low venom. Your guidance nearly wrecked him. Derek turned, smirk oily. Ah, the boyfriend. Protective. Cute. He sipped his drink, casual cruelty. Alex knows the game. Survival of the savviest. Before I could lunge, Alex appeared, hand on my shoulder, steadying. Walk away, Derek. We're done. His tone was steel, no tremor. Derek chuckled, but his eyes flickered, cornered. Your loss, kid. Scene eats nice guys. He melted into the crowd, but the venom lingered. Outside, alley air crisp, I paced. He's poison. Why's he even here? Alex pulled me close, breath fogging between us. Old connections. But tonight? Proves I'm past it. Fireworks popped distant, countdown echoing. As midnight struck, he kissed me fierce. New year, new vow. But the high shattered days later. A leaked email chain surfaced on music forums. Derek's desperate pitches, smearing Alex as unreliable. Personal issues to tank deals. Buried deeper. My name, twisted into dramatic X complicating things. My phone blew up, Mia forwarding threads, Lena analyzing fallout. This is libel, she said over brunch, mimosas untouched. Sue the bastard. Alex, face ashen in my kitchen, shook his head. Won't help. Just feeds the beast. His eyes met mine, terrified smile strained. But it hurts you too. I never wanted. Stop. I cupped his face, grounding us. It's not you. It's them. Their hate dressed as hustle. We reported it, lawyers humming, but the real battle was internal. My resurfacing doubt, his guilt gnawing. Climax brewed at a band meeting in Alex's cramped space, posters peeling like old skin. Kai and Riley confronted him. This Derek crap's killing bookings. We gotta cut ties, or you step back. Alex froze, guitar silent. You think I'm the problem? Riley shifted, uncomfortable. Not you, man. The drama. Folks whisper, prejudices about gay band woes. We're fighting uphill. The room crackled, old fractures splitting. I, uninvited but present, spoke up. Blaming him ignores the real villain. Derek's the poison, not Alex's life. Kai nodded slowly. Fair, but trust's thin after last tour's no-show. Echoes of my own fears, misunderstandings piling like snow. Alex stood, voice breaking. If it's me holding us back, I'll go. The offer hung, sacrificial, shattering. No. I grabbed his hand, the band exchanging glances. Riley sighed. Shit, we're idiots. Family sticks. Hugs followed, raw and real, LGBT kin, flawed but fierce. That night, alone, Alex confessed over takeout. Almost quit music for you once. After the breakup. Thought it'd fix us. Don't. I whispered, foreheads touching. You're fire. I won't dim it. Our lovemaking was unspoken. Tender touches, no rush. Reaffirming without words. January dawned with vindication. Derek's exposed in an industry expose. Deals crumbling, apologies trickling. But our real win. The band's unity, my designs for their EP cover, bold, unapologetic. Yet prejudices' shadow lingered. At a coffee run, an older patron sneered at our linked hands. Disgusting. Alex tensed, but I squeezed back. Their loss. His smile returned, less terrified, more defiant. We were healing, together. Spring teased Seattle with tentative blooms, cherry blossoms dusting Capitol Hill like confetti from a second chance. Alex's EP dropped to buzz, reviews praising visceral queer anthems, scouts circling. My Pride campaign launched citywide, billboards beaming our story, diverse loves, unbroken. Success tasted sweet, but success amplifies stakes. The high crested at a joint event. Echo Fade's release party doubling as a Pride fundraiser. Warehouse in Georgetown alive with lights and laughter. Mia DJ'd. Her set's a queer playlist pulse. Lena facilitated panels on visibility, her poise magnetic. Alex and I, hosts in tandem, felt invincible, his hand in mine, that smile now a beacon. But climax brewed in whispers. Midway through, a journalist cornered me, slick notepad, probing eyes. Heard rumblings about Alex's past. Derek's scandal, did it involve you? Off record. My blood iced. That's history. Focus on the now. But unease slithered. Old leaks, new spins. Later, during Alex's acoustic set, I slipped backstage for air. There, scrolling my phone, a viral thread, anonymous, dredging the betrayal, night with twisted pics, captions vilifying Alex as serial heartbreaker preying on trust. Tag me. Comments swarmed, slurs, sympathies, prejudices in pixel form. Typical gay drama. Run, Jamie. Panic clawed. I burst on a stage mid-song, mic in hand unscripted. Stop. The room hushed, Alex's guitar fading. This night, it's for us, for love that fights back. Not rumors. Tears pricked, but I held. Alex isn't perfect. Neither am I. But he's mine. And that's the story. Applause thundered, phones capturing the raw plea. Alex pulled me close, whispering brave, before finishing strong. Backstage, he held me as sobs came. Catharsis, release. The fallout? Threads debunked overnight. Our moment trending as love unfiltered. Derek faded further, exposed fully in lawsuits. But the real turning, family calls. My parents, post-video, left voicemails, awkward, earnest, proud of you, son. Invite us sometime. Alex's folks too, a tentative email. Saw the clip. Sorry we weren't there sooner. We hosted a small dinner weeks later. Awkward silences yielding to toasts. Dad clapping Alex's shoulder. Good music, kid. Mom hugging me fierce. You deserve this. Progress, prickly but profound. Summer solstice found us at Golden Gardens, bonfire crackling, Mia and Lena roasting marshmallows nearby. Alex strummed softly, new melody weaving through waves. Wrote this for us, he said, eyes on mine. The end of avoiding. Start of chasing together. Lyrics flowed, love's terror tamed, smiles shared. As stars wheeled, I leaned in. I love you. No more walls. His kiss sealed it, terrified smile now pure joy. Weed weathered storms. Misunderstandings unraveled. Prejudices confronted. Conflicts forged stronger. Friends as family. Loves intertwined. Our LGBT mosaic, vibrant and whole. In the fire's glow, Seattle's skyline a promise. We danced, free, finally healed.